The boys are back. Welcome to the BarberShop. With Marcus Trufant, here's Terry Holloman.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the BarberShop Show. My name is Terry Holloman. Of course, that man over there is Marcus Trufant.
Hey.
And we got a very special guest with us today, man. Joining us is a legendary NFL. I'm going to call him an icon because I can call him that. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. He is a Super Bowl champion, 4-time Pro Bowler. He's a member of the Cincinnati Bengals Ring of Honor. And he should be something we're going to talk about here in a minute on the show. Of course, the one and only Corey Dillon is joining us today. What's up, Corey?
Hey, thanks for having me, fellas. It's an honor.
Man, glad to have you, man. I mean, today, me and Corey, we go back, man. We played together at the University of Washington for a season. But again, we ran in the same. So yeah, we're gonna represent that Cougs stuff.
Yeah. And you know how it go. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna talk too much about the Cougar stuff today because we let you do that last week, True. But this week, again, I want to say we're not gonna hold any punches. We're gonna talk about it all. We're gonna lay it out here on the line because it's the barbershop, and that's what we do, man. So right out the gate, Corey, I'm gonna ask you, man. You being a Seattle boy, born and raised, how in the hell do you feel good about yourself leaving us up here in the 20 degrees weather while you down there in Southern California, man? What's up with that?
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you, it's raining down here right now. So, hey, you guys are not missing nothing. So, it's been raining the last couple of days. But,
What?
dude, to be honest with you, man, like I had to get up out of there, bro. I felt if I didn't, man, I'd be in a joint. So, I had to make that move, and thank God I did, man. It helped me grow as a person. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And besides that, it 90% like rain up there during the year. So it's like, hey, man, I need some sunshine, man. It's gloomy, man. So I made that move. I made that move back in like 2003, and I've been down here in Cali ever since, bro.
Now talk about that a little bit, man. I was really trying to be funny about it because it is cold as hell up here, man. And I need some sun. If I could, I would transplant myself to Southern California too. But talk about that a little bit, Corey. You said if you didn't get out of here when you did, it might have been trouble for you. Tell us about that.
I'm just saying, like, I'm from the town. I know everybody. You know what I mean? So, and everybody knows me. So, yeah. And in my younger days, man, I was wild, bro. I like to party and kick it, man. And you know me, man. Somebody say something out of pocket, man. It's knuckle up time. So.
Yeah,
it's got to go down. Yeah,
man, it's going down, man. We wasn't turning the other cheek back then. So, just for my own personal well-being, man, I think that was the smartest move I made, just to grow and become a man and escape some of the BS, man.
I think that's a lot there, man. And when you talk about mentoring, I guess maybe some of the younger players are just talking to like the youth, man, and what they got going on in their hometowns. And, you know, I know firsthand as well, especially just being from Tacoma, man, and having to navigate everybody you grew up with, man, and everybody knows you in the city and having to do all that. Right. But yeah, sometimes you just got to pick up and go, man, or you just find a way to separate yourself and kind of pull away, right? And that's if you need to. I know it's, of course, it's not like that in all of the situations, but if you see the foolishness going on, and I know it's hard to get away from, I know it's fun, but if you got bigger plans, and especially when you grown up, man, and you trying to do bigger and better, you got to find a way to separate. But it's tough, and it's hard to tell the young cats that.
It's difficult, man. I mean, it was hard as hell leaving my bros and my mom, and you know what I mean? Shoot, we Trump tight since day one. So I mean, it was an adventure, bro. It was a journey, but it's something I had to do for me. I just felt like, dude, I just seen a different vision of myself in Seattle, and it wasn't good. You know what I mean? I couldn't roll down the street without the police, you know, blowing me over every 2 minutes, man. And I just got tired of that, man. So I thought the best and smart move is just, you know what? You know, and especially for my family at that time. I was married, so I thought it would be the best move for me and my family just to, you know, stay somewhere else. And it worked out pretty cool though.
Good, man. I'm glad to hear it. You talked about your family here in Seattle. You have two brothers. Maybe a lot of people out there might not know about your brothers. I know both of your brothers,
Right.
both solid dudes. Can you tell me about what it was like growing up in the Dillon household, having two big brothers? I know both of them were very active out in Seattle. Tell me what that was like.
Bro, we fought every day, bro. Are you kidding me? I mean,
By the way, just so y'all know, Corey is a big dude. Everybody knows Corey was one of the biggest solid running backs in the NFL. But your brother is a big ass man.
Listen, bro, it seemed like he was that big since I was 5 years old. So
what is he like? What is he? 6'4"?
6'7".
Damn.
Yeah.
What y'all doing over there, man?
Hey, I don't know what mom was thinking.
Sheesh.
I don't know. But so you gotta imagine like dealing with him. You know what I mean? At a young age, like bro, that was we like to use the word iron sharpen iron, man. I was getting sharpened every day.
Every day.
Every day, man. And I thank him, Chuck and Kurt, for my football growth, man. I didn't know how to play football until they taught me. And dude, we played football religiously, like on the back street on 24th and Marion, man. That's all we did. I don't care if it's raining, snow, whatever, man. We out there with a football, man. So by the time I got to Pop Warner, man, I was a monster, bro. I was a monster.
So time out on that note, because I'm gonna go back. So now I talk to everybody that's, I've been in Seattle 30 years, man, 30 plus years. So,
right.
I'm Seattle now, you know what I mean? And so a lot of my homies are the same people you came up with and stuff like that. But I remember I talked to cats, I'd be like, man, this dude, what you know about CED or this, that, your name would come up and they'd be like, oh, you mean Rock? You mean The Rock? Tell us about The Rock. Not Corey Dillon, not CD. Tell us about The Rock.
Hey, man, so I think I was I was Bantam at the time. I didn't play 89ers, man. I was going to play 89ers. They said I was too big, so I had to go up to bed. I missed 89ers probably by like 2 pounds. So first day of practice over there with the Bantams, there was the coach. His name was Coach Cannon, man. So I come in. Now, mind you, we were already in kind of in the season. It was like a couple weeks before the first game, bro. So I had to move up and wait. So I'm fresh over there with them guys, man. And the first day I get over there, they had a tackling drill, and I was just lighting people up. And and the coach looked at me and was like, man, flex, man. You look like you be lifting weights, and I flex on him. He was like, this dude got rocks. He got rocks in his arm. And ever since then, man, that's when they started calling me Rock. So that name has stuck with me forever. And I hear, like when I'm home, man, I hear it all the time, man. So they be like, "What's up, Rock?" And I be, "What's up, man?" So my CAY days was legendary, bro.
Oh yeah, I've heard about them, man. It's like legendary stuff that people in Seattle streets talk about it. Like, man, there's been nobody like Rock since then, man. You used to damage people.
Oh, bro. Hey, man, bro. And like I said, man, it goes back to those sessions with my brothers on the street, man. We literally used to play tackle on concrete, bro. That's how crazy we was, man. We had a strip of grass, man. People getting tackled in bushes.
Damn.
Man, my brother thought he was like Dan Faust throwing balls, and I'm diving into cars. Crazy. It was nonstop over there, man. But it sharpened me, though, for real.
Right. Just listening to you, man, it reminds me it just a lot of my time. It just as a young man as well. And you mentioned CAYA, right?
Right.
And we used to battle with them back and forth in basketball. So I know you was all everything in football. Did you play other sports too? You got a little bit of hoop game? Because I know, of course, every football player thinks that they got hoop game. But what you looking like on the hardwood, bro?
Man, I'm a bully.
Okay.
Work in the paint.
Okay.
I couldn't be stopped. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I didn't like basketball till later. I was a baseball guy. So after football, I'm hopping, I'm waiting and hopping straight back into baseball. So yeah, man, I played baseball for CAY as well, man. I played for this team called the Braves, man, and man, we almost won. We was cleaning it up, man. We got down to, I think, to state. We ranked we ended up like number 3 in the state. So,
okay.
12 years old, man. We was putting in some work, man. So, yeah, man, them was my 2 sports, my 2 loves, man. So,
yeah. I didn't know CAY was doing it like that. I didn't know they did everything. I thought they just did basketball, but of course, not being from the 206, I'm getting a little history lesson right now. So that's a good look.
And they did it all, man. Baseball, basketball, football. So yeah, it was.
I know they used to beat our head in, man. It was tough on us, baby. We used to be definitely get little brother by CAY on the hoop court. So
nah, man, it was cool, man. It kept me out of the BS, man. So
yeah,
which was good, man, because I seen a lot of cats that, dude, I actually played football with SCY, man. Go the opposite direction, bro. So, and the thing about the Central District is, man, like, dude, they call me Rock, so they know I'm in the sports, bro. I ain't got time for the other stuff. So, I really had no problems. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Yeah. Yep. I know.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Exactly how it's supposed to be.
Let's fast forward a little bit past CAY days and let's talk about high school. You were, like I said, I moved here from Texas my senior year of high school. And, oddly enough, you and I are the same year graduating out of high school. And I just used to always hear these legendary stories about Corey in high school. Tell me about your path in high school. I know you ran to some hills that you had to overcome, but let's talk about it a little bit.
Well, I mean, I graduated in '93, bro, and got selected by the Padres in baseball. So I was going that route at first. They wanted to stick me in some farm league, and I'm like, dog, I got to think about this, man, because like you could get stuck down there forever, bro, and never get your shot. So what I ended up doing was I actually sat out that whole year of 93, 94, bro. And I was at home. So this is so a homeboy of mine was sending some film to a JC. I didn't even know. I didn't ask him to do it. He just sent it down there and whatever. And showing
but before you finish, Corey, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just want to put a pin in this. So at this point, you've done a senior year of football.
Yes.
I know you're getting recruited by everybody, in the world.
Everybody.
And you just said, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Man, hey, bro. That was
yeah.
I was like, nah, because to me, I'm thinking like I didn't know the roles were reversed. Like to me, football is natural. I could wake up and play that like it's nothing. But when I was actually going through the training with these guys, they try to change everything about your whole style of batting and all this. And I'm just looking at them like, bro, this ain't what got me here. You know what I mean? So I was just thinking like, dog, this is going to be a long, hard journey if I'm going to keep going down this route. Now, in hindsight, man, my black ass should have stuck with it and wrote it out and did what they told me to do.
Yes.
It's longevity in that. But
and the bag is big over there. Yeah.
The bag is large, man, but that stubbornness in me was like, man, bump this, man. I could just go back and play football and see where that takes me. So that's where I sat out that whole year. Good friend of mine Sean Williams, he sent in a tape that I didn't even know. I didn't even know he sent it in. And it came right on time because, man, I'm at home and my mom is tripping like, boy, you better get the hell out of my house. You know what I mean? I'm tired of you laying around here on my couch, eating up everything. Like, you got to go.
Yeah.
So he sent this tape to Garden City, Kansas, right? And actually, he was actually doing it for one of my teammates I played with in high school. And they seen the film on me and was like, where's this dude at, right? So I ended up going down to Garden City, man, and I played offense and defense down there, bro. So it was like, it was nothing. It was like, I'm back. Same thing in high school. Went down there and was pretty productive, man. Went over 1,000, had a couple picks, and was doing my thing. And today was like, hey, man, we got to get you out of here. You crazy. You causing too much commotion down here. And actually, from there, man, I transferred over into Dixie in Utah with good coach of mine, Coach Croshaw, and went for like 1,800 yards, 20-some touchdowns, and that was it. And now the whole story about the UW, this is where the UW come in at the equation. So Dick Beard was recruiting me out of high school. And I don't know if that's tampering now. I don't know. I don't know nowadays. Hey, but I tell you what, man, he's cool as hell, man. And he I don't care what it was. He would always call me, bro. Like, and sometimes I thought he was fucked up sometimes. Like, coach,
because he was. He was. Make no
in like a drunk ass way, like
there like to have a little sip.
I'm not mad at that. I love a coach that keep it real. I'm not mad at that.
He used to be out there, hey, a little soft stuff. Hey, Corey, you got to get together. You know, I'm like, man, I'm working on it. So we always stayed in contact, man. And Dixie, I graduated, bro. And man, here's a cool thing, bro. They actually wanted me to come there and play defense, bro.
I know.
Yeah,
I heard.
Word.
I heard.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy. Now, that's wild.
Yeah, bro. That was it. But hey,
they thought you were gonna be the next Lawyer Malloy, is what I remember hearing them saying.
Yeah, I told him this. I said, man, I just led JUCO in Russian, the nation. Why would I do that? Right? Mm-hmm. So they gave me an opportunity, bro. They gave me, I was just happy to be home. Shit, I was like gone for 2 years, bro. Maybe I get the ball here and there, and you know what? My whole thing was like, man, when I get in the game, I'm just gonna try to show out and do my thing.
Let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell you true this story real quick, man. And Corey, I'm gonna tell you because I don't think I've ever told you this over all these years. I got a couple things I've never told you all these years. All right, so I hear that Corey Dillon, this guy named Corey Dillon, this mythical figure, Seattle figure,
creature,
coming back to play at the University of Washington, right? And he might be playing running back, which was also my position.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, we'll compete. I'm not concerned. Like I'm more a competitor, right?
Right.
So mind you, leading up to this point, True, all the running backs throughout the entire 90s, even the late 80s at the University of Washington, were little scat backs. 5'9", Beano Bryant, 5'9", 180 pounds. Napoleon Kaufman, 5'9", 175 pounds. I was big. I was 5'9", and I was like 195 and 190. That was considered big, right? So what they used to do, I'm learning from these older cats. They would make their pads hella skinny, cut them up hella small so they look hella sweet and be hella fast, right? True. Pull their pants up over their knees. Be out there doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of developed that because I'm learning from the older dudes, right? In comes Corey Dillon on day one. This ninja, he putting in extra knee pads and shit. He got big hip pads on and shit. I remember I'm looking like, what is this dude doing, man? He not gonna fit in, man. He not gonna make it, man. He got extra elbow pads on and shit. And so
I like all of it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I don't know what this is gonna happen until we get out on that field, and then I figured out what was gonna happen. This dude was going to war like a medieval soldier. He just piling through people. And I was like, I get it.
A throwback for real. A throwback, man. And and didn't care what it looked like, right? And I could dig it, man. I dig that. You go out there, do your thing. It ain't always about being cute, T.
Oh, I know. You and number 45 at cornerback.
I was the stankiest, nastiest number you could get, man. They did that to me because they didn't think I was going to play. So, in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to take this number 45 and I'm going to make it look like something. And that's what I did, man. It wasn't like, of course, I'm not going to cry over it. I'm not going to try to change the number. I did change my number when I got to the league, of course, though. But, man, I rolled with that 4-5 and that was my thing, man. I'm going to make it look cute. And I was nasty, too. And I was a corner. So you think the running backs be trying to be cute. And, the DBs be coming in there trying to look like it's something. But I was out there stank with the extra.
R&B singers. Y'all be out there trying to look like Chris Brown and shit.
Yeah, I could dig it though. I like the nasty work, man. And you go out there and you go to work, man. I could dig it. See,
yeah, man. I was blue collar, brother. Hey, give me all my pads, bro. And bro, I swear I had some lineman shoulder pads.
Damn.
Man, I said, bro, I was like bumping, bro.
And it became like. It was your thing and you owned it, man. And I came to love it. Like to this day, we've had the legendary Apple Cup that we played in, true.
Yes.
And if anybody ever goes back to watch that game, it was so damn cold. Like the coldest I could ever remember. But again, something that Corey will own forever. Forever. If you go back and watch that game, my man had on a puffy silver coat up under his pads. It was puffy, like he was going. It looked like for real, like puffy, like
not the North Face or the bubble. A bubble underneath the pads. Come on, bro.
Hey, brother.
Come on.
And you know what happened? It was actually, I think it was like one of them that I had on under the uniform. And what happened was, man, I got dehydrated wearing that damn thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what happened, bro. Hey, man, my calf caught a cramp, bro, and I was like, I can't run. I ain't going back in there, bro.
I remember that part.
That's a story, bro. I was like, nah. Hey, if I run, man, I'm gonna tear something. So doing that stupidness, trying to keep warm, actually almost pulled everything in my body.
Damn.
Going out there with that.
Yeah, that's tough.
But you know what? We still won. We still
got a dub. True.
Got the dub, man, and moved on for sure.
Yep, we did. So at that point, so that's at the end of the season, right?
Right.
You had come in and basically set the entire nation on fire as far as offensive production. There weren't any running backs, to my recollection, anywhere in America doing the numbers that you were doing. Right. So there came a point where you decided, and that was your junior year. There was a point when you had to come to a decision.
Right.
I'm done with college. Was that decision made already by the time you went to the bowl game?
And I don't know if I shared these chain of events with you guys, man, but all right, so we'll get into detail. I mean, we old enough, so the time he got hurt, right? Mm-hmm. He actually called me in there like I had something to do with it.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, and I'm looking at him like, dude, you think I'm that petty? I will hurt my own teammate just to play?
I got to put a timeout on that, just so people that I want to give a history lesson, True, because you were just a pup back then.
Yeah,
and a lot of people watching. Of that's a jit. That's how the young folks say it these days, right? A jit. So people understand what was happening at that time. We had a running back also on the team, Rashawn Sheehy,
right,
who was at the beginning of the season a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate.
All-American, all that. Yeah.
Everything, right? Midway through the season, not even probably right before midway, there was a party. We had a party after one of the games. Some people from the city showed up. It was a live party, and it was cracking. And there was gunshots. And Rashawn jumped off the balcony and ended up injuring his ankle. And he was done for the rest of the season after that point, and which made a way for Corey to step in. And so I did not realize at this point that somebody actually blamed you and said that you had something to do with that.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm actually sitting. I'm sitting in the running backs meeting room with Al Roberts, and he was like, "Did you have anything to do with this?" And I was like, "Dude, I wasn't even at this party. I didn't know about the party." And then it was like, "Do you know these guys?" I said, and I had to keep it 100. I'm like, "Dude, I'm from here. I know everybody."
Right.
And I told him, "Man, I don't mess with them cats. I don't get down with them." So I don't know what you're insinuating. Like, you really think I'm that petty? I will hurt somebody just to play? I don't get down like that. So that part didn't sit well with me from that part on. I was that's the craziest shit somebody ever came at me with. Like, I'm that fucking vindictive or that thirsty to wanna play. I will hurt my teammate. And then on top of that, the whole thing with what's his face? Lambright. It was just like, man, we don't talk. I don't have no connection, like, really, like, man, rest in peace. But from listening over the last decade and just gathering information, he was like, towards me, was like, really, hey, I don't think when I came in, he thought I wanted to start or play anyway. You know what I mean? So all that played a role in me. It was just like, you know what, man, if I ball out, man, and have some good enough film, man, I'm out of here. I take my chances somewhere else. So by the blessings of God, man, and I showed out, man, and did pretty good, man. And I was like, man, there was no way in hell Terry I was coming back. No way.
Really?
No way.
Regardless of the situation, regardless if they came back and said, man, this is your show, nothing.
No. I felt so like, just after the chain events, I was just like, nah, maybe this ain't it for me, brother. Let me move on to bigger and better things. And at the end of the day, man, that was my ultimate goal, man, going to the league. Like, who's gonna stop you from you got a chance to? Like, bro, I'm like, man, deuces. I'm up out of here. Real talk.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And I know, true, and I know you've seen it. I know I've seen it, and of course you've seen it. Guys that have had, incredible seasons like junior year, sophomore season,
and come
back, and it all goes to shit.
Yeah.
I thought about that too. I was like, man, hey, you know that Too Short song, "Getting While the Getting's Good"? That's
Can't understand. Getting there. Yeah. I don't know the words, but I fool with it. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So okay. So you move on, you get drafted,
right?
You're going to Cincinnati. You spent a number of years in Cincinnati.
7, bro.
So right out the gate, though, just again to refresh everybody's memory out there, you came in as a rookie and you were not playing no games starting year one. You broke Jim Brown's rookie records. Now, Jim Brown to me is
he's the godfather.
Right? He's the godfather of running back.
Me too, bro. That's the dude, right?
Yeah. So what was it like for you and your experience going to Cincinnati?
Man, it was, hey, bro, I was kind of prepared because you know what? They had Carter.
Kijana Carter.
Yeah, Kijana. Yeah. They had him there. So, and this is when I learned the game. This is when I started learning the game, bro. Like, so it ain't about are you better. It's about the money game, like contracts, like this and that. Now, me, I always thought like, man, best player should play. That's just been my mentality. That's what I've been taught growing up from day one. You get to the league, man, and you start seeing these cats, man, that make more money than you, and then the politics kick in, bro. Now, far as a fair shot at who plays and who don't, nah, that didn't cut it there, bro. Like, it didn't matter what I did there, bro. I'm balling. Everybody, Stevie Wonder could see. You know
Damn.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I should be that dude. But they still started him, though. You know what I mean? So I'm like, a part of me was like, whatever. But then there was a part of me like, man, bro, I'm just happy to be here. I made it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go along with protocol and had to wait it out and play it out. So I didn't get an opportunity to start until like week 8 or 9. You know what I mean? So I actually, like, those first 8 games, I was like spot playing. You know, I come in and get my dough and whatever. But like that 9th week, man, I actually started and went for like 125. And it was me and Boomer Esiason, a matter of fact, bro, because we ran the second team. So it was like Jeff Blake and KJ, they were on the first team. Me and Boomer ran the second team. So they decided to start Boomer and me. You know what I mean?
That's some shit.
Yeah, right? Like, they were like basically telling you, like, man, the season is up for grabs. We don't know if we got a shot to make the playoffs or not, bro. So they started us both, man, and we kind of went on a roll, man, and we finished I think we finished up 7-9 or maybe 8-8 or 7-9, but dude, we won about 6 in a row. That's how bad our season was.
Damn.
Before we starting. So we kind of turned it around at the end.
Right. Yeah, man. I want to look into, like, you said you got on like that and you came, you went to Cincinnati.
Right.
And it kind of was finding this spot, right?
Right.
And I know a lot of people, they kind of see the highlight film of people's careers and stuff, but what did that back end kind of look like? You know, you can already hear the mental side of it. You wasn't gonna let nobody outdo you. You came to work. You was tough, all this kind of stuff. But what did the training look like, or what did day look like? You come to the facility, you was one of those dudes that came early and then stayed late, or was you just like a natural dude? It's a lot of cats that's natural, and they really don't even have to work out and do a bunch of extra shit. They just come and show out.
Man, I was more natural, bro. It was just natural stuff, man. Like, going to the weight room, I'm strong as an ox. I'm gonna throw up anything anyway. So that, you know, that was
right.
just I focused on my leg work mostly. You know, I was more legs than upper body at that time. So I go on there, get my squats on and do some leg presses and focus on my legs, man. But for the most part of the day, man, like, thing about me, man, I practiced like I played. I ran hard in practice every day. Every time I touch the ball, man, I'm going to score. So it was just those repetitions over and over and over. I did it repeatedly, bro, like clockwork. So I was actually, to me, it felt like in practice, man, I'm getting that real work in. So, and I never took a day off, bro. That was my thing, man. If I'm healthy, I'm practicing. I'm gonna go out there. And it was kind of crazy. I think I'm a little psycho, man. I felt if I didn't have a good practice, I'm not gonna play well. So every practice, man, I'm out there hauling ass. So it worked out. It worked out. It worked occasionally.
I think that's old school though, man. A lot of cats was like that, or they was trying to teach that back then. Right. Nowadays, you know, they got the technology and they are tracking everything these guys are doing. And it's a good thing, of course, because they're trying to prevent injury and they're trying to do all this different stuff as far as dehydration. And you talk about the brain and all this other stuff. But I believe as well that there's something to practice. I was the same way, man. I wanted to be at practice, especially if it was a big week. I needed those reps. There's some guys, of course, I could just go up on the board and they could draw these things and they could watch film and they could be ready on Sunday. I wasn't that dude. I had to feel it and just be in the moment, right? But yeah, so I dig it, man. But it's different nowadays, though.
I think this too, Corey. I'm gonna tell y'all both this. Now, I think because I know both of you now at this point in our lives. I think there's a difference between people who play football because of what it can bring you, and then there's people who play football because I love playing this game. Like I really like to be out there with the ball in my hand. I like to be out there locking cats down. I like to push myself just because I love this game. And I think that's a difference between people that play this game.
That's that, man. Like we're in a different age of football, bro. Where, these guys are trying to balance their career and a social career as well, man. Back when I played, it wasn't none of that, man. It was just all football.
No distractions, right?
No social media, none of that.
After a game, I couldn't hop on Twitter or Instagram or none of, it was on to the next. Right. So it's a different type of football culture. Which, you know what, no knock on these new guys, man. Get your bag, man.
Right.
I'm watching you guys. I support you. I'm always for the players. But it was just a little bit different back then when we played, bro. It was just like, hey, bro, we're all football all day, 24/7. There's no other outlet for us to go and venture into. So, yeah, it's just all era of football. We're era of football, and this is how it goes. So.
I look at all the stuff these young guys have today, and I call it the blessing and the curse. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. They're getting opportunities that, previous generations didn't get in order to branch out. But, does that, limit their full potential on the field? You never know. I mean, who are we to say, right? We old people. I want to talk to you about this, though, since we're talking about this new generation.
Right.
A lot of guys, when they get done with football, they shut it all the way off. They don't want to watch it. They don't want to know about it. People always like, do you want to go coach? And then be like, hell no.
Yeah,
I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Right.
Do you watch? Are you a football fan now?
You know what? I gradually came back to it, bro. For the longest, man, I didn't want nothing to do with it. Like, been there, done that. So just over the last 4 years, man, I'm just now getting back to I ain't gonna sit there and watch every game, during the season. But when it started getting close to playoff time, that's when I started chiming in and be like, yeah, it's time to go. Because I know what that means. Like, people are fighting for their playoff lives. So I had opportunities to go back to New England, check out some games, back to Cincinnati, check out some hangout, and, get back integrated with the fans. So yeah, over the last 4 years, man, I done came back around, but I was definitely one of those guys was like, bro, I don't even want to watch it, bro. I was more basketball than anything. I would go to a basketball game before I go to a football game. So yeah, man, it sucks the energy out of you sometimes, man. You gotta reboot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get that.
Yeah,
I get that 100%.
About 20 years to reboot, but
right. And sometime, man.
I'm back.
And I know a lot of cats I know, and even for myself, man, you kind of got to go through this kind of like a mourning process, right?
Yeah.
Or you just need a break, man. It's so much all the time, and you've been doing it since you was a little boy, right? You should sort of just be able to sit back, man, and let your hair down and not even be able to, or just not have to think about ball and what you got to do.
Right.
It's a good thing, man. Like you said, you can reboot and you can just put your energy into other things, man, and just be able to shut that part of your life off and just chill. And I know for some guys, it's hard to do that though, right? They're just really ingrained into the game. It's everything they're about, that they really don't have an identity there. outside of the game. So it's real tough for a lot of guys. I know a lot of guys that's been through, of course, the ups and downs on the mental side, but to be able to just breathe, man, be about your family, man, be about yourself and not have to worry about the ball, man. I totally get it 100%.
Man, I would, my advice for those cats that's maybe going through it or entering like retirement, find you a hobby, brother.
For real.
Yeah.
Find you a hobby, bro. And just,
so I got an idea.
Man, and whatever it takes, however long it takes for you to find yourself again, man, stick with that, brother.
Yeah.
Stick with it.
Great advice, man. I got an idea. I got a little bit of an idea what yours is, Corey.
I know what I mean.
Tell us about what you do in your spare time.
I think I'm Tiger Hood, bro. I'll be out there. I'll be golfing, bro. I'll be out there. That's the only game I found out I will never master. Because it challenged me to get better each time I play. And it's something I can do forever. So I got into that, man, and I just buried myself in golfing and it turned out, you know, kind of lifted my spirits, man, and re-energized me because I go to nice golf courses, see the scenery, man. You out there have a cigar, a beer with your homeboys, man. And it just makes you feel good, bro. So I think that me having that hobby of playing golf kind of got me through some dark times, you know what, in retirement. So yeah, man, you got to have a hobby. Definitely, bro.
True. Did you ever pick up the sticks, man? I don't remember.
I've picked up the sticks, man, and I was about to ask Corey because I'm like, I mean, in my group and my homeboys, I'm like on the bottom tier, man, because they golf, and I got 5 kids. It's hard for me to get to the course. So,
Right.
and you know, I got some gear, I got some hats and stuff. I can look like something, but I'm trash on the court, man. I am trash. Yeah. Hats, I got the gloves, I got the clubs is all right, but you know, I was gonna ask
out the back pocket, True. Like
I do all that. Yeah, I do all that, man. I'm taking pictures, man. I'm posing, and don't let me sink a putt or something like that, though. Then I'm on a high for like a couple weeks or you know what I'm saying, a couple months. But Corey, where do you fit between your homeboy group as far as the golfers and the level of skill? I said I'm on the bottom tier because my dudes, they kind of really do that, right? But I'm trash, but I love it though.
I'm upper middle, man. So I had the pleasure of playing with cats like Eric Dickerson and Marcus Allen and all these guys. Damn, they're scratch golfers, bro. They can play. So I was coming up, just learning the game, man, just hanging out with them, shooting the shit, man, and soaking up some game, man, and having a good time, man. I was just like, yeah, man, I picked a good hobby, man, because you interact with people, man. You gotta go meet new people. There's new challenges, like new courses. Every shot ain't the same. So it just kept my mind going. And then I was fixated. I don't know. Hey, bro, I'm just crazy like this. If I ain't good at something, I'm like, F this, man. Whatever I got to do to get good, man, I'm going to do it. So I was just infatuated on getting good at golf. And I still ain't good at this guy.
That's how it be, man.
Man,
damn.
I'm about a 10 handicap, and I've been playing that game for damn near 15, 20 years, bro. And that's how hard it is, man. But you know what? I find myself every Wednesday waking up, putting on my golf gear. Hey, got my little Grey Goose in my cup, man.
Hey,
I get there, hey, man, and having a good time, man. And
I love it.
That I've been doing that for almost over 15, 20 years, bro.
Good for you, man.
That's a good deal, man.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, so I said at the beginning when we first started talking, I was going to talk about some stuff. So now I think it's time before we get out of here that we talk about some stuff.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, well, let's talk about some stuff. Now, looking back at your career, and I'm gonna preface this by saying this, and this is another one of my stories, one of my little asides here. people always ask me about, my career at the University of Washington and, what happened, this, that, and the third. And you are one of my excuses. I always say, I'm playing with Corey Dillon, y'all. What am I supposed to do?
My bad, T, bro.
No, it's
My
all
bad,
good.
T.
It's all love. Now, I've gone to therapy, and I'm getting better day by day.
Good for you, T. Good for you, brother.
But no, seriously, I'm saying that to say this because there's a lot of people out there who might be watching this that don't really understand who and what Corey Dillon is and what he was. Okay, so I'm gonna let everybody know. This is a man that he's in a very exclusive club of runners in the National Football League. There's only a select number of people who have over 10,000 yards of rushing in their career. Corey Dillon is one of them. 11,241 yards rushing. 89 touchdowns, 82 rushing, 7 catching. Bengals, he has the most career rushing yards ever as a Bengal. Still true today, right? Most yards in a game, 278 yards in one game in the National Football League against other freaking professionals. Crazy. Most rushing touchdowns for the Bengals, 4 touchdowns. Play with the Patriots for 3 seasons. Most yards in a season at 1,635 yards in one season. 4-time Pro Bowler. He's on the Patriots All-2000s team. He's on the Patriots All-Dynasty team. He's on the Bengals 50th anniversary team. He's in the Bengals Ring of Honor, and he's a Super Bowl champ. Ladies and gentlemen, there are, 20 people ahead of him as far as leading rushers in the National Football League, if I'm still correct. It's 20 or 19? 19. He's number 20. Of all the people that ever ran with the football in their hand in professional football, people that I grew up admiring and dreaming to be like, he's on that list, just one spot ahead of O.J. Simpson. So here's the controversial part about that. We're looking at a man with all those accolades that is not yet in the Hall of Fame, and by anybody's measurement should be there. Corey, talk to us about that process, what it feels like for you at this point to, in real life, be snubbed.
Man, it's fucked up, to be honest with you, bro, because like I said, man, we come from that old school philosophy of let your work speak for itself. You know what I mean? And I grew up like your play on the field dictate who you are as far as football, right? So you go through all that and you let your play speak for itself. And then when it's all said and done, there's somebody you may not even know telling you you're not good enough for our club. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, and I've been going, I mean, for example, one of my teammates, Willie Anderson, he was a finalist for the last 3 years. And they denied him again. And we're sitting here like, dude, what's the deal? Like,
right.
Who's making these calls? You know, and I guarantee you this, man. I think it got a lot to do with contract, TV money, these votes going to these sports writers and everybody, and their mama got a vote. And I'm pretty sure, man, if there was Hall of Famers on that committee, a lot of people would be in instead of sitting outside in the cold. So I think it's political. Everybody got their own agenda. It's media driven at this point. Like you gotta be who's who, you know what I mean, type thing. And I'm like, dude, I'm OG, man. I don't tap dance for nobody. That ain't what it is. So if you catch me doing all these weird things on the net, that ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? That ain't gonna work for me.
And you're not gonna do no TikTok. You ain't gonna do no TikTok dances for us, right?
I ain't gonna be none of that.
Right. Hey, none of that. None of that.
None of that shit, man. Done. Right.
Yeah.
So, and my thing is like it should be merited off your works on the field. Period.
100%.
This is not no choir club. This is not the all saint team, bro. Like, man, there's been a million people who actually have a gold jacket that they had their own trials and tribulations, man. And my thing is this: I ain't did nothing that fucking devious where I still can't run for president. I can fucking run for president.
Ooh,
Facts.
it ain't so.
Nothing but facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I can still run for president out here, I think I can still run and get this jacket though. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So and that's how I look at it, man. It's just timing, being in getting to know the right people. But man, that shit is getting tired, bro.
Have you had the conversation with anybody that like might be more like in the know or might have some influence, or maybe even some people that are already wearing the jacket and they like, what's going on?
T, man, this is the feedback I get, man. It's just like, and I think it's bullshit, but they're like, man, they just don't like bingo players. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh wow.
You know what I mean? Like they got some kind of hang up with the Bengals. So, which I think is crazy. I even asked the whole. I'll be calling out the organization like, man, this is your brand, and they're like, they're like your players. I mean, access to the Hall of Fame because they hung up on something. You guys should investigate this. So until upper management, man, step in and start speaking out of why their players are not getting in, man, it's going to be what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can speak. I only can speak so much, man. It takes everybody. You know what I mean? It takes everybody to voice their opinion and advocate for you. So hopefully one of these years, bro, for sure.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, and again, this is just from somebody on the outside looking in, and I might be a little biased, but I've said from day one, from the day that you were eligible, that you should have been in. But I think if anybody's out there watching,
right,
anybody's out there listening, just pay attention to the greats that have played this game, the people who talk about Corey Dillon with like reverence. You talking about Tom Brady, arguably the GOAT, right?
Right.
People say he's the greatest player that ever played football. You know, you can argue that or not. He's definitely the greatest quarterback. When he talks about that Super Bowl, he talks about that season is not possible without Corey Dillon running the rock. You talk about guys like Ed Reed. These guys talk about, man, I had to face Corey Dillon, man, every week. I mean, every year. Or guys like Ray Lewis who wear the gold jacket. They talk about, man, this guy was one of the hardest dudes I ever had to tackle, one of the hardest guys I ever played against. So anybody that's out there listening that may have a vote or may have some influence, please take it under advisement. This is somebody that needs to get in and, put all that petty shit behind you. Just look at what people do on the field. Look at what, what are we judging? Are we judging, whether this person's accomplishments on the field, or are we judging whether we like this person or not? Okay?
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Well spoken.
And then we're going to start the petition, T, right here in the barbershop. We got to get the people to write in and send in some letters, do something, man, and it's trying to make it happen.
And that's what we do.
I appreciate that, brothers, man. I'm just getting back in the fold myself, so I appreciate all the help I can get, brother.
Corey, listen, start showing your face around, man. Show up to the game.
Man, I been trying. Hey, bro, I'm coming to the town, man. Hey, I'll be there, man. I'm gonna catch a couple Husky games this year as well, bro. So
good.
And I got one, yeah. And I'm working on it. You don't even know this, T, but I'm putting a golf tournament together. So we just talked a bunch of shit. I mean, how we golf and what we want to do. So I'll be sending you both an invite.
Man,
okay.
Bro, and I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Trust
and
me.
I'll drive a cart. I'll drive a cart and have a great group on deck.
Let's do it.
Hey, one more thing I'm gonna tell you. I got one more story before we get out of here, man. This is a funny story, Corey. And again, it's another one I never told you. Check it out. So we take this back several years, and the Seattle Seahawks trade and get a running back in Seattle by the name of Marshawn Lynch. And I happened to run into Marshawn Lynch literally the week that he got here. We in the spot in the same section, and I'm a good dude. I walk over, I say, "Hey man, welcome to Seattle, man. We're looking forward to big things from you." Hey, what's happening? Shake hands, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I remember, you're not gonna remember this, Corey, but later on that week, I was having to be talking to you on the phone, and I was like, "Man, I met this dude, Marshawn Lynch. I don't know much about him, but I hear he's kind of like you. It kind of reminded me a little bit of you when I met him, but I don't know if he's all the way like you." And I remember you got quiet and you said, "Nah, T, that dude is raw." I remember his exact words. Said, "Nah, T, that dude is raw. Watch, he gonna be something." I was like, okay. Fast forward,
Right.
4 or 5 years, he's beast mode. He's killing it. He's doing everything. He did the beast quake, did the whole 9.
Right.
Okay. One night, about 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm in 13 Coins, the restaurant here in Seattle. I'm with Lawyer Malloy. Marshawn walks in and sits down at our table, right? We start talking. We going back and forth. And I said, "Hey, man, you remind me a lot of a dude named Corey Dillon. And Corey Dillon told me a long time ago, you're gonna be a good one." And he looks at me, he goes, "Corey Dillon?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That dude raw." I said, I knew y'all was like kindred spirits, man. Like,
that's
twins.
crazy. Yeah.
Y'all literally said the exact same words about each other, bro.
Hey, Terry, you know what I get, man? People who know him, they were like, you guys are similar. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
That's funny. Yeah.
Funny thing is, I ain't never met him in person. That's
the hell out of here.
Part about it, though. I know a lot of people that know him, and they be like, you guys are like twins, bro. You got
twins.
Got the same energy, huh? Yeah.
You carry that same energy, man. Hopefully, one of these times I can sit down with him, man. I ain't gonna do the Hennessy dog. He can do the yak, man. I do the clear, bro. And I do some mock or something and chop it up with him one time. And he seemed like a real cool dude, though, for sure.
Yeah, I absolutely, like I said, the similarities, the parallels are just crazy outside of the way you guys just run with reckless abandon on the field, to your attitude off the field, to y'all even listen to the same music. And I know what kind of music.
Brother, you know how I get down, brother. Yeah.
Hey, man, Corey, thank you for joining us here on the Barbershop, man. Man, we appreciate you for your time, man. We're going to be cheering for you, trying to get you in the Hall of Fame. And we're going to be cheering for everything you're doing, man, outside of football and moving forward in life, brother.
Man, thank you, fellas, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's a true blessing. Anytime I'll come back, just let me know.
We're going to hold you to it, man. Hey, and to everybody else, make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And we're going to catch you next time on the Barbershop.